Now, in this next SEO tip, I'm going to show you how to install a simple addition to your browser or plugin that will allow you to analyze the SEO of your site and also the SEO parameters on your competitors' sites. Now, if you want to do this, you're going to have to install, if you haven't already got it, either Chrome or Firefox. So if I bring up Firefox here, within Firefox, I'd go to this item here and go to where it says add-ons, and where it says search for add-ons, you just type in the words SEO Quake and press return. If I click on the arrow here and go to where it says SEO Quake, these are the various sort of things I can look at. I can also click here to control how SEO Quake is going to work. So basically it's enabled here. You show the SEO bar here. This is quite useful. By default it's going to highlight the no follow links. So I'll just say OK to that and that can go away. And if I have a look here at what we've got page info. So let's go to an actual website for to do this. I'll go to one of my websites. So I'll go to www.forseotraining.com.au. So I'll bring up one of my websites. And as you can see, you've got this bar across the top, this SEO Quake bar. And there's various things I can look at directly from here. So for instance, you can look at, the number of links within Google, and there's various other things here you can look at, Bing links and what have you. There's the age of the URL, and as you go along here, things like the number of Facebook likes and the number of likes in Google Plus and various other information. You can click here and view the source. I mean, if I click on that, the source would open up in a separate window. So I'm looking at the background code there. If we move along here, there's various other things we've got. So you've got these little icons here, so you can look at a summary report. Diagnose is particularly useful, especially when looking at competitors. If I click on this, it gives a very, very simple, quick report. So it's not an in-depth report, but if you're just doing a quick look at some of your competitors, it's quite a simple way of doing this. So you can look at the URL itself, whether a conical tag has been set up, whether it's working. You can look at what sort of title they've got, what description they've got, keyword, meta statements if they've got any. You can look at the headings here. So as you can see, you've got, in this case, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3s, and heading 1, 2s, and 3s in this case. All the alt attributes have been applied to the various images on the page. The text ratio, it's basically saying it would be nice if there's a bit more text, but it generally always says that because these days the more text the better. You're not using frames, you've got an iframe, but not using old-fashioned frames, so that's good. No flash is detected, so that's okay. And then we've got various other things here which are really beyond the scope of this course, or beyond the scope of this short video, but you've got microformat, schema, open graph, and Twitter card information here. And if you want more information, just click on the links here, and you can get more information on what those are. In a similar way, if you're looking at mobile compliance here, if you're not quite sure what AMP and viewports are, again, you can get more information on this, or just Google it. Essentially, you want ticks here, certainly on the viewport, because that just makes your website work on a mobile phone. And as we go down here, we look at the site compliance section. I've got a robots text file, I've got an XML sitemap. Bit here in the language section is just warning me I haven't properly defined my language, but it's still working. The doc type has been defined, encoding's been defined. It's saying I don't have Google Analytics. Actually, I do. It's just that I've set up the analytics to work with my website in a slightly non-standard way, which is why this analytic tool doesn't seem to realize that I've got it installed, but in actual fact I have got it installed. And then finally at the bottom here I've got a fave icon, which is short for a favorites icon. So if you're not quite sure what some of these things mean, just Google them or check out my premium course and you can get more information on them. Now, if we go over here to things like the, what have we got? We got the summary report here. So the summary report, again, will just give you a quick summary report of a particular website. And of course, the great thing about this is you can use this to look at other people's websites, your competitors' websites, which is kind of cool. If we go down here, for instance, we're looking at the keyword density. Now, bear in mind, this particular website, which is one of mine, is all about SEO training. SEO has the highest keyword density with 2.71, then website and training. So, you know, that's kind of right on message there. And then it talks about search and Perth and engine and WordPress and various other bits and bobs. But as I say, for me, this particular website, the key phrase would be something like SEO training. So that's about right. These are single word phrases. If we go down here, you can have 2-word phrases. So like SEO training has a density of 1.62 and 9 repeats. And as we go down here, these are the other phrases that are very popular on this particular page. And then down here we've got 3-word phrases, so the obvious one would be search engine optimization. Then finally we've got a couple of 4-word phrases, so training courses, Perth SEO, something like that, or SEO Perth web marketing. You know, as I say, it's all spot on because this particular website, as I say, it's one of mine, it's all about SEO training, so that's kind of good. But as I say, rather than just simply looking at my website, which can be useful just as a quick check that you know, the SEO is okay, but the real power of this little program is looking at other people's websites. A really nice feature about this plugin program is if you go to the Seo Quake configuration options, which are here, you can say highlight no follow. So if you've got a no follow link here, it'll show it with a line through it. So if I, for instance, bring up Google, you can see there's a line through here because this has what's called a no follow link. Again, if you're not sure what a no follow link, there are 2 types of links, follow and no follow. A no follow link basically doesn't pass PageRank or link juice. If that makes no sense, check out my premium SEO course or just Google it and you'll get more information there. But it's quite useful to see sometimes just visually like this whether a link is follow or no follow. Obviously I could go and look at the code in the background and do it that way, but this is nice and visual. If you've got Google Chrome, the installation method is very similar. You just simply click up here, you go to where it says, where are we, settings, go to where it says extensions over here, and if you want to add a new extension where it says get more extensions, you click on that. In here you just search using the phrase SEO Quake, and there we are, there's SEO Quake, and you click on here where it says add to Chrome. As you can see, it's got very nice reviews and lots of them. So I'll just click here where it says add extension, and there you are, it's now up there as you can see. So if I just close this down for a second and we'll restart it, and again if I go to my for SEO training website, so that's for seotraining.com.au. So again, just like before, even though we're in a different browser, you've now got this toolbar up here. And again, if you click here, you can you know, determine what you're looking at and look at more settings here. So you can customize the way it's displayed and what's displayed. And it's one of those things, the more you look, the more you see. But the reason I like it is because it just gives a nice little snapshot. Also, one other thing I didn't actually show you was, and this works obviously in both browsers, if I just bring up Google and do a search in Google, for instance, for SEO training, so I'll do SEO training Perth. As you can see, I'll just say OK. As you can see, within the results here, you've got the equivalent of that little bar under every single listing. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So it's a very easy way of sort of seeing, you know, how many backlinks people have, what sort of ranking they've got, what their Alexa rank is, things like that. Also, you can quickly check out their source. And as I say, it's just a nice way of comparing things. So you can see that in this particular case, that's when this website was set up in 2010. This one here was set up 2009, and so on and so forth. Let's find another one. That one here set up 2001. And if I bring up a totally different website, let's go for so I'll do a search here for computer training materials, and as you can see, this first one here was set up in October the 1st, 1986, which is like up there with the dinosaurs, basically. Incidentally, this is one of my websites, so as you can see, I've been on the internet for a very long time. And if you look at the matrices here, I've got an awful lot of links, and this particular site has enormous authority, as it's called. So there you have it. That's Seo Quake. It's not the most powerful tool in the world, but it's pretty good. And as I said, if you go and investigate it more, you find there's a lot more there than I've just quickly covered in this very short tips and tricks introduction. The great thing about this is it's a very quick, very fast way of exploring your competitors and how well they're doing, and seeing what's good about their website as opposed to your website. So just go and install it. It's totally free. Give it a try. If you don't like it, you can just quickly uninstall it. And certainly the way you uninstall things is if you go here, go to settings, go to extensions, and if you decided you didn't want it anymore, you just disable it and then click on the remove icon here, and it's gone.